What's going on, party people? Welcome to another edition of the Men in Scoring Position podcast. I am today going to be your resident runner on second. Join with me for the first time our interim co-host, the runner on third, because he's always about to score, my good buddy, avid Sox fan, avid Dame fan, avid sports fan, Sean Ryan. Sean, how you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing, Travis?
Dude, I'm so glad you're doing this with me. I really appreciate it, dude.
Absolutely.
Guys, Sean is a great friend of mine. We're going to get to know him in a bit. But if this is your first time tuning in, we are the Men in Scoring Position. We are a sports-related podcast. You can find us on Facebook, SoundCloud, and iTunes, all self-titled Men in Scoring Position. You can also find us on Snapchat and Twitter at Men in Scoring POS. You can also email us any of your thoughts, comments, general overall points of view to meninscoringpod@gmail.com. Any fantasy advice, does he know what he's talking about, questions, segments. We're also on YouTube. And always rate, review, and subscribe. Tell friends, tell a couple, tell a plethora or cornucopia. Billy, that's a shout-out for you. We also want to give a big shout-out to our good friends at the world-famous Laugh Factory Chicago. Without you guys, we couldn't do it. We are the official sports podcast of their network. And our good friends over at Frank's Bar, 2503 North Clark Street. Open 11 to 4, 11 to 5 on Saturday. Make good decisions. Always tip your wait staff. Don't be a dick. That being said, Sean, what's up, man?
What's going on, Travis?
Today is, what is today? Today is November 19th, 2016. We currently are entering the fourth quarter of this Michigan-Indiana game. What do you think?
Michigan's going to pull it off. They just blocked the punt, and it's business as usual.
It is business as usual. For those of you who don't know, well, we're going to get to know Sean, but he's not the most avid Maize and Blue fan. Sean, for our listeners, recurring and first time, why don't you do me a solid, man? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the south suburbs of Chicago.
South Side? South Side? So are you I would take it you're a Sox fan then?
Big-time White Sox fan, not a huge Cub fan, suffering through this tough month of October and November.
Yeah, I hear you got some people at work giving you a hard time.
Every day.
That sucks, man. I'm a diehard Cubs fan. I'll tell you right now. I hate those people. I would never make fun of you or give you a hard time.
Exactly why I don't like the Cubs.
All right, so tell me about, so you grew up on the south side, born and raised Chicago. Did you ever live anywhere else?
No, just suburbs, mingling around the south side of Chicago and the suburbs, so
Tight.
Back and forth.
Tight. Okay, so you like the Sox, or do you have any teams that aren't Chicago-based?
I am a Mets fan. I spent a lot of time in New York growing up, so they do a good job of ruining Cub fans' dreams until this year, which makes me like them a little bit more. But big-time Mets fan. They struggled a little bit with injuries this year, but they will be back.
Man, I'm scared of that pitching staff. That's definitely no joke. Okay, so you're a Mets fan. What about college?
College, Notre Dame.
You're a Dame guy, huh?
Of course, yes.
Is it because you're Irish?
100%. Yeah. Everyone on the south side that's Irish, if you don't like Notre Dame, get out.
Yeah. There's some Purdue guys out there too, isn't there?
They got lost when they crossed the Indiana border.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, guys, today we're gonna talk a little bit about past events. There's not a lot going on right now. We're going to talk about the Bears and the previous World Series, a lot about the Chicago White Sox. So first off, let's go on. So tomorrow, the 20th, we got the Bears-Giants. Talk to me about, first off, their devastating injury. I don't think I've ever seen a team ever this injured.
It's not going to be pretty. Their offense line's beat up. Cutler doesn't have any time. Not that he could do much if he does have time, but... The Alshon Jeffrey suspension is going to be a killer to them, too.
Yeah, I should start Cameron Meredith. For all you fantasy advice guys, I would start Cameron Meredith if you can. He's going to get a lot of touches. And Jordan Howard. But so what do you think? You think that their defense is just going to dismantle us?
We're not going to move the ball much. I don't think they're going to move the ball much again, at all against us, to be honest with you. That Giants offense is pretty weak and very inconsistent.
They're awful, man. And the thing that sucks about watching Cutler and the it's like what was it? What did he have? 4 interceptions last game?
I think it was 3, but he had a nice fumble inside the 10-yard line too to make up for that. Yes, so it was 4 turnovers.
I love the way you put that, dude. Yeah, it's gonna be shitty, but what can you do? It happens. So if you had to do a prediction, say if you were a betting man, where do you got the Bears coming out in?
I would say Giants 17, Bears 13.
Oh, really? See, I would say Giants 71, Bears 0.
-3.
God, man. And it's like John Fox is doing everything he can, but we have Cody Whitehair playing center. We have Bobby Massey out. We got Kyle Long out for the season. We got a 4th-round draft pick. He was supposed to be our 3rd-string running back, running rampant through the NFL right now in Jordan Howard. That guy's a stud. Let's talk about him, man.
Absolutely. One promising thing outside of some individuals on defense.
And Cameron Meredith.
Oh, Cameron Meredith's come out of nowhere, but someone's got to do something. There's got to be targets going somewhere, and they're going in his direction, which is nice.
I feel like when Eddie Royal is on the field, like, he's good. Like, he's a baller. Like, Eddie Royal can play ball.
Oh, ever since his rookie year, he's electrifying. You know, he gets his hand on the ball, he can do anything. You've seen him with a punt return earlier this year, too.
Sick.
Yeah,
like, sick. Great. Like, he gets his hands on the ball. He's got yak. For not a big guy, you know what I mean? Like, he gets low, and he looks good. Absolutely. But he's just injury prone, you know what I mean? Like, that's the tough part. So if he's healthy, same thing with Marquise Wilson. If Marquise Wilson could just keep his body in check, you know, we have a decent receiving core. Meredith, Alshon, Eddie, and who the fuck was I just talking about?
Meredith.
Marquise Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. Sorry.
Yeah, Wilson. So all 4 of those guys. And then Jordan Howard looks good. We need to improve our tight end position. Like, Zach Miller's okay, but he's a journeyman. We need a black unicorn back.
Or a Greg Olsen back.
Oh, dude. I say this, and I've said this since day one. Getting rid of Greg Olsen was arguably the worst trade in I'll never forgive Mike Martz. Like, he's an awful human being for shipping him off to Carolina. It ended up being did you know the story that happened with that?
I don't know. I don't remember who we got for him, but I'd like to
Well, it's not even who we got for him. So Greg Olsen went to Carolina, and his kid ended up having a major heart condition. And it just so happens that, fun fact, like, not fun fact because that's kind of morbid, but one of the facts is that one of the best doctors in the world was based in Carolina. So it ended up being like a life-saving thing for the Olsen family as a whole. But, like, I'd give up a kid for more touchdowns. You know what I mean? Too much, guys.
Absolutely.
Too much. I'm kidding. Greg, if you're listening, we love you. Like, he's listening to this lowly podcast.
He's absolutely listening.
Yeah, he's got to, right? He's got to. I still got an 82 jersey. Between him and Clark, man, Clark could catch a cold in the desert. And Olsen was just a burner. But, yeah, tight end position needs improvement. Our poor offensive line. And defensively, Willie's still doing his thing.
He's still there, yeah.
That Callahan safety's pretty good.
There's some bright spots. Yeah, definitely. McPhee's looking terrific.
Yeah, but he's always fucked up, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's always getting injured?
Yeah, he's in and out of the game.
Who's your favorite player on both sides of the ball?
I would say Leonard Floyd is exciting to watch. He's really coming into his own. He chases around the quarterback everywhere. You know, he's getting better every single week. So you watch him, he's exciting to watch.
He is on every play. Okay, so defensively you got 94. Who you got offensively?
Does it count if he's taking PEDs?
Sure.
Okay, Alshon Jeffrey. He'll be back. Yeah, you got 4 games.
So you don't think we're going to ship him off?
They're going to try, but I think it might be a cleaning house type of scenario.
You know, for the first time, you're an avid Bears fan, diehard Bears fan. Me and him, actually, what game did we go to? We went to the Lions game.
Yep.
Yeah, Detroit. Mm-hmm. And clubhouse seats, guys, there's no other way to go. Go clubhouse if you can go. It's awesome. The food is incredible. You can watch it anywhere. But one of the bright spots that as a Bears fan that's never been in the case is they're saying the front office is scouting quarterbacks for the draft. How exciting is that? Not a 4th rounder, not a 3rd rounder, not a 2nd rounder, a 1st round quarterback. And I think that's fucking awesome. But that also means that Cutler's going to troll us and play extremely well and get us to, I don't know, what do you think, like 20th in the draft?
he'll do his best to screw our draft position, as always.
Unreal.
Towards the end of the year. I'd say we end up with 4 or 5 wins. End up maybe 7th, 8th pick in the draft.
Let me ask you a question. There's a lot of talk, and it could just be a whole bunch of malarkey just to fill, the boring season of sports, but they're saying that the Bears organization should go for a 37-year-old broken-backed number 9 quarterback in Tony Romo.
Oh, geez.
How do you feel about that? I really want to know. I mean, I kind of set you up in a biased way, but I want to know what you as a diehard Bears fan think. Do you want number 9 under center?
He wins when he's healthy, and when he's healthy is the key. But
he has no hardware.
That's a good point.
He has no hardware. He's like the Phillip Rivers that wasn't good.
If you look at his record, regular season-wise, I know.
So he's Jeff George?
He's Jeff George. He's winning ball games. The thing is, we do not...
Scott Mitchell
as well. Neil O'Donnell. The list goes on. we need a quarterback that's not going to lose games for us. You know, he doesn't need to win the game for us. Our defense is improving, but Cutler has went out there and lost games
What kind
for
of
us.
money? What kind of money is he going to ask?
He's going to ask for at least $18 million. Just
Fuck him.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ship him off to like the Jets.
Yeah,
You know?
Jets will take him.
Jets. I'd rather have a shitty rookie quarterback that we keep drafting and drafting and drafting than have to deal with this schmuck.
Yeah.
And you know, Eastern Illinois, right? That's where he went.
That's the connection. Yep.
Oh, whatever, dude. He's old and he's broken and he doesn't win.
Yeah. If we can.
He thinks Dallas is bad. They actually like him in Dallas. He comes to Chicago and pulls that shit.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, he'll be like Ben Wallace version 2.0.
Not going to be pretty.
Ostracized.
He's injury prone, past his prime.
What do you want to do with the quarterback position?
What we should do, my opinion is, it'd be great if there's a good quarterback up there, Deshaun Kaiser, Deshaun Watson. You got to take a stab.
You want Watson?
It'd be nice.
Dude, we don't do black quarterbacks. Cordell Stewart's all we had.
He wasn't very good. He was out of his prime as well.
I'm kidding, guys. We're not racist. I'm down with the brothers. Oh, jeez. People who annoy you. Oh, naggers. Jesus. So you want to go through the draft?
I say if there's one of those two.
Do you do best position available, or do you go quarterback no matter what?
If Kaiser or Watson are available, you kind of got to grab one of those two. They're both could be elite quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If not, why not
Tell
Jimmy
the viewers
Garoppolo?
at home, where's no. Can I tell you why I know Jimmy Garoppolo?
Why is that?
Because Patriots system quarterbacks do not do well on other teams.
Tom Brady can go to
well, it's
junior
Tom.
high
You're
team.
talking about the GOAT, and we're in agreement there.
Yes.
I love the GOAT. But yeah, big Tom Brady fan. That's the only Michigan love that he's going to give you guys today. But what I will say is that's the GOAT. He goes anywhere. That's like Montana, obviously. Whatever, he's going to do fine. But let's go down the list. You know what I mean? Ryan Mallett.
No,
nah,
thanks.
not going to do anything.
No.
You know what I mean? All those guys, they don't do anything.
No, there's not much there. You know,
So it's not like Green Bay where they just crank out quarterbacks.
they have a system there.
Yeah, you know, Matt Flynn's getting $20 million to ride the bench. Okay, so you say either a good free agent quarterback. Don't do the Osweiler move and give him $180 million, but like
Everybody's going to cost about that much money now, though.
it's
You look at
ridiculous.
Tannehill, you look at Osweiler.
Tannehill's a bum.
Yeah, he's doing terrible.
Dude, could you imagine if Jarvis Landry was on the Patriots?
Oh, jeez. It wouldn't be fair. Look at Randy Moss
Unreal.
did.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, assuming that they're smart enough, because then you get those really talented receivers like Ocho Cinco who really don't do much of anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that regard. So yeah, no, I say go draft. The only thing I don't want the Bears to do, and as a Bears fan, all my Bears fans can relate, you get really excited for the draft. And I went the past 2 years. I was inside the green room the past 2 years. Pretty lucky.
Oh, nice.
Humble brag. And prior to that, as Bears fans, you go and you're like, yeah, we're going to take this guy. We're going to take this receiver. We're going to take this. And then it's first pick, offensive lineman, you know, and it's like, oh, if our line is healthy, we're fine, but do not waste a draft pick. You know, there's only so many Kyle Longs you're going to strike gold with.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Let's get a tight end. Let's get a quarterback. First 2 picks.
I agree.
And maybe some stud cornerback. Like if Jabril Peppers is available. You might have heard from him.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Let's go on. Let's enough of the Bears right now. Let's move on. So you're a Bulls fan, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're struggling in mediocrity, I should say, for the last couple of years, and it looks like it's going to continue, unfortunately. We'll see what happens, though. You never know how
I'm surprised they're winning.
It's going to unfold. They're winning now, but it's a bleak outlook when you pick up Dwayne Wade, who's past his prime, Rondo, who's also past his prime. Just
let me stop you there, though. My original co-host Billy is a diehard Heat fan, huge Dwayne Wade fan. He's like God to him, and he said that his career average was somewhere between 30 and 38% career 3 points. He's having the season of a lifetime, hitting almost 70% of his 3-point shots, and he's like, "Where the fuck was this?" So Dwayne's kind of doing his thing, and Rondo's not looking. It's like this old vintage ornery team that we have with kind of depth on the bench. I think we're going to be plus 500.
I think, we could get a 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th spot.
Yeah, but you think we'll make the playoffs?
I think so.
we could take
I
on a
think
team
they'll
like
squeeze it.
Boston. I don't know if we could take on the Spurs or or Golden State.
They're out of our class right now, so.
They all are.
Yes.
Well, we're just not lights out like that. Jimmy G. Buckets is a beast. Bobby Portis is somebody to look out for.
I'd like to see him get some more minutes, but.
Oh, but Portis?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got to earn his keep. I don't respect Hoiberg.
No, I don't think the team does either. It's a loose system. It's running up and down the court with like the Warriors will play, but without the personnel.
Yeah. How do you feel about? I'm very curious. I find this fascinating. How do you feel about the termination of Tom Thibodeau?
I guess it was an internal thing more than
with Garpax.
Yes, exactly. With more than the fans' interest or anyone's general interest. He's a great coach, and it sucks to see him go.
Where was your head at when they let him go?
I was upset. He's a great kid. He was a couple years off of being NBA Coach of the Year and just getting fired for having a half-decent season. It seems a little uncalled for.
Can I tell you why I wasn't upset?
Why?
Because to me it was a bad marriage. It was we've all dated those people, and I've stated this in previous episodes. We've all dated those people where you love them, but it's just sometimes it's time to let them go. And when we came up against LeBron, no matter where we were, home or away, he had our number. And it's like any great rivalry. It doesn't matter what you do. If you don't beat Ohio State twice a year, it doesn't matter. If you don't beat the Sox twice a year, it doesn't matter. If you don't beat Green Bay, it doesn't matter. And with Thibs, he couldn't get the job done. His knock on him was what? He overworked his players.
Yeah, too many.
And
minutes.
Look at what Jakeem and Rose are doing right now in New York. They're not doing anything.
Yeah, they're a little past their prime. They have injury issues as well. So
yeah, sad to see Jakeem though, man. I mean, that guy embodies Chicago.
Oh, he was great. He was the heart of the team. And
fucking love Jakeem.
Yeah, he was great.
I don't think he'll ever have to buy a drink if he's out here.
Maybe not in New York after a couple more years either.
Yeah. What? I never heard anybody. I want to go to Cleveland on vacation. You think Cleveland's cool?
I think Cleveland's cool.
That's crazy. So, who do you think the breakout star of the Bulls might be this season?
None of the above.
None of the above.
Valentine's not getting a minute yet. I guess he's got some injury problems. He's the one hope. We need some young stars to step it up. But
I'll call it right now, boys. I was right last season with the Cubs. I'm gonna call it right now. McBuckets. Doug McDermott, baby. Dude, he's like the white mamba. You never think he's gonna do something, then he does it. I remember, what was it, like 2 weeks ago? He ends up going up for a jam and ends up breaking the camera on the backboard.
Oh,
and he's not even supposed to dunk. So
he can throw it down.
He can. Yeah, man, the Bulls we're a ways away. This is kind of like this is an interim team. This is definitely not a long-term team. This is probably going to be Augustine and Bucket's team.
Down the line.
Yeah, down the line. So, yeah, it's pretty sad. So you're a big Bulls fan, obviously.
Of course.
Let's get on your beloved Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh yeah,
guys. This is going to be a Chicago-related podcast for all my Florida listeners. I know Nick and Chris and you guys. Thank you, love you guys, but this is what it is today. Apologies. Hawks.
They're looking good. What do you think?
Are.
Yeah. I like them so far.
A lot of names.
Yeah, there's a lot of new guys. Like they have to gel, just like the beginning of every year when they dismantle. A lot of guys they lose some guys to free agency. It's just about gelling, getting the young guys playing with the superstars. So
call this team Dr. Scholes.
Why is that?
Because they're gelling. Too much? Too soon?
That's too much.
Too soon? Yeah, no, it's a lot of new guys.
Yep, yeah, it's good. And they're fitting in pretty well, just like Panarin did.
Yeah. So. Well, the bread man, dude, he's a stud. Who was your off season? You left? Was it Shawzy? Or was it Teravainen?
Shaw. He was the Joakim Noah of the Blackhawks. It's tough to lose a guy like that. He's like the heart of the team.
Yeah, no, and it was weird seeing him in that Canadiens jersey. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
The mustache might have been weirder. What do you think?
The mustache is awesome. I respect guys. I cannot grow a beard, so a man who grows a mustache, you have my full on love you. You know what I mean? You are the man. Have you been to any games this year?
I've been to 2. I went to opening night against the Blues. That was a disappointment.
Didn't you had like glass seats, right?
Yeah, we got to see Ahosa's 500th goal.
That's true. You were there, right?
Yeah, we had second row. It was a great game. They were 4-0 lead. They blew it and came back and won 7-4, I believe.
Yeah. What do you think about that Tyler Mott kid? I like him.
He's a stud.
He is a stud, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they got to keep their head up, though, man. They keep getting lit up.
Yeah.
Oof. We got a young team, though, man. Outside of, and there's a guy that I love him, man. He doesn't get the respect, or maybe he does, but he's a guy that you feel comfortable when he's out there, and that's number 4 in Hilge, man.
Oh, he's great.
Hilge Emerson. He's awesome.
It's one of Bowman's best discoveries. He had his eye on him for years, picked him up, and said he's going to be one of the best defensemen in the league, and sure enough.
He's a hustler.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
Well, he had the frame of mind to go first round and pick up this guy. You might know him. You might have heard of him. Number 2, Duncan Keith, 5'11", $165. We're going to throw him on defense, and he's going to be an all-star every year.
Yeah, he's a keeper. He's not going anywhere. He's a lifer in Chicago. And
there's just so many. There's so many beautiful minds in sports. Like the Epsteins and Rocky and all these guys. It's like how could you see that?
I have no clue.
You look at a 165-pound soaking wet 5'11" guy, and he's a winger.
Yeah.
Second, third line, and they're like first-round defensemen. What?
Yeah, it's insane. This Bowman just comes up with he's a brilliant mind.
Stud, dude, stud. Where do you see the Hawks going this season?
I'd say they're making the Cup Finals. It's gonna be tough to pass.
We're doing finals. You think defensively we can hang?
Yes, definitely. They're probably gonna do what they do: pick up one defenseman at the end of the year, maybe like a 4th-line center. But I see them making a strong push. They're gonna make the finals whether they win it or not. There's a lot of good teams in the East, so it's tough to tell. Blues are gonna be tough, but I think we're gonna take them this year.
Yeah. You know who else I like? Another winger is Jordan Tutu.
Oh yeah, we needed a tough guy. We need a bruiser.
I don't know how this guy must really give good blowjobs because I have no idea how Michael Rosenthal is still on the roster.
Jesus, I can't figure that one out either.
Oof.
That's the minimum contract every single year. He's just basically filling a jersey.
It is tough.
Eating up a few minutes. Boy, that's a mistake waiting to happen.
But, like, TVR has come into his own. Trevor Van Riemsdyk, Forsling is there if we need him. There's just a couple other guys like Kempney I'm not sure about. And then Campbell, he's hot and cold. And then, obviously, it's always an issue if you got Rosenthal out there. But, obviously, our goaltending is stud. We're good on goaltending.
Corey Crawford's improving every year, it seems.
Crow's the man. And so is Darling.
Oh, he's great, too.
So is Darling. I mean, people give Darling a lot of shit. The only thing, all right, this might be like a weird, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's kind of like a hypothesis that I have, but I think the minute that Crow went to the black pads, I feel like it's harder for him to acknowledge exactly where the puck is. Is that weird?
It is.
Like if you're doing a trash goal and you got 4 guys in front of the net all hitting, like you have black gloves, black pads, like it looks badass, right? But like you can't see it the way you could with white pads. Now either that's strategic, or it's defensive, or it's just me being crazy. But do you think there's any validity to that whatsoever?
It could be. Hockey players are very superstitious and have their
wearing the same jockstrap.
Yes, exactly. There's lots more disgusting ones, but goalies, they're in a world of their own. You can never really explain their thought process, but if it's working, it's working. And it seems like he's improving. Black pads, white pads, doesn't matter what he's wearing. He's doing pretty damn good.
He's progressive with his pads.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I see what you're saying there. I see what you're saying. Now listen, you got to school me on this, man, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't watch him that much. I have my nickel and dime theories, but talk to me about Dame, man. Dame football in particular.
Oh, jeez. This defense.
University of Notre Dame.
They
tradition.
Lost such a good tradition. Great head coach. Defensive coordinator got fired, but they've just lost too many guys in the NFL draft, and a lot of other
wide receivers, cornerbacks.
You got 3 first-round picks. Or was it 2 or 3 for either way? We had the offensive tackle to the Ravens. He was 6th, 7th round or 6th or 7th pick of the draft.
They made a movie about him, and then he went to Carolina.
Yes.
No, that's not him. That's Michael. That's Michael Orr.
That's the older guy. Yeah, old. But the rookie this year.
I'm fucking with you.
I know. The rookie. And then they lost C.J. Prosise on Seattle. Yeah, Will Fuller on Houston.
Prosise. Yeah. Will Fuller. Yeah, that's right.
There's a few of them spread around, and a couple defensive guys, too.
He's got a bad case of the drops, though, doesn't he?
Oh, he does. Yeah, he gets open a lot, but just can't hold on to the ball. That's a problem when you're a wide receiver in the NFL.
Yeah. Prima donnas.
Yes, exactly.
So why did they fire their defensive coordinator? Just couldn't get the job done?
Yeah, just I don't know. They need a scapegoat. You're not at Notre Dame, and have a record like you have right now, and they're not going to fire that coach Kelly. They love him out there. So
I want to get back to Notre Dame's team as a whole, but I have a nickel and dime theory about me and my nickel and dimes. So let me say, you're an 18-year-old kid. You have a choice to go anywhere in the country that you want to go. You have a choice to start anywhere in the country that you want to go. Right? You're a stud. You might be a good-looking kid. You might not, but you're an athletic freak. Now, you got to get up at 7 a.m. You got to go to church every Sunday. Can't fuck white girls. Can't go to parties. I don't want to see you at a kegger. And you have to go to mass every single week. You have to stay up on your theology classes, even though you might not be religious. And you have to maintain a 3.5 GPA
somewhere around
as a student athlete. Or you can come over to Ohio State, rock a 2.2, go to 3 classes, start, and be on the best program in college football. I think it's a no-brainer for a lot of these kids, and I think that is the core of why Notre Dame is having issues, is because they need to loosen up on their guidelines. Like, that was all fine and dandy in the Rudy days and prior, but nowadays the people have cell phones and people watch porn on their fucking tablets. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta get with the times.
Yeah, it's tough. They've loosened up a little bit since the 80s.
What,
and
they're
90s.
allowed to wear skirts over their knees now?
They could.
But yeah, man. Hey, guys, sorry if there was a little time lapse in there. We had a little technical difficulty, but we're back on track. So where do you see Notre Dame? What do you see happening with them in the next 5 years?
Recruiting's always there in like the top 15. Maybe not as great as SEC schools or Ohio State, Michigan's. They're
what
in
was
there.
That?
Ohio State, Michigan State, State, Spartans, not the Wolverines.
We don't agree on anything except our beloved Bears and Hawks.
The Blackhawks
Bulls.
too.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess we have a couple.
Yeah, just no baseball, no college. And we're fine.
Yeah, I think that's
okay.
That's pretty much
fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Hey, Mike, you want to take a look at the cat? Make sure that he doesn't do anything crazy. Hey. Okay, so for all you video watchers, there's a cat right in the corner. He's kind of messing with the light. And for all you audio listeners, there he is. Laser say hey. Laser's like, fuck, I'm camera shy. Laser's like, don't get my good side. Oh, that's funny. All right, we're coming back to men in scoring position. All right. Now, do you follow college basketball?
A little bit. It's
Are you a betting man?
Not so much with the college basketball. Again, football pools and stuff like that. But
yeah.
It's about the most of it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the college basketball, I know it just seems like it's tough to follow. These one and outs all the time. You don't know who's on the court anymore.
Right. Right.
It's just about coaches. And good coaches are always there. Calipari, Krzyzewski.
Yeah. Coach K. Yeah, you got even Louisville,
Oh, yeah. They're always there.
Crazy. Now, you ever listen to Vanessa Williams?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, I'm going to recite one of their lyrics. And now we're standing face to face. Isn't this world a crazy place? Basically, the end of it goes, you save the best for last. So I'm going to go talk about oh, no, I'm kidding. We'll go into last place, which would be your beloved White Sox.
Oh, boy.
Let's talk about it, man.
I didn't sign up for this.
No. We're going to have a very cordial talk, because we do have White Sox fans that listen to our podcast.
Okay, I'm sure.
So let's well, thank you for that vote of confidence. I mean, we have like 5 listeners, 4 of whom is family.
The odds of them being a White Sox fan,
right?
Not very high.
So let's talk about your boys, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, you guys scared the fuck out of me the first half of this season.
Oh yeah, it was winning ugly. It was.
Who cares?
Small
ball
pitching.
wins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it was going to catch up with it. We couldn't keep hitting that well. Our bullpen couldn't keep pitching lights out. Yeah, it wasn't going to happen all year. It was.
Did you go to any games?
2. I went to 2 games. About like $7 per ticket.
That's sweet, man. I fucking.
That's the one good thing.
And you can tailgate.
Yeah, it's a good time there. I'm not going to lie, but could be a better product on the field. I think they just need to. I hate to say it, get rid of Sale, see how many prospects they can get from him, take a page out of Epstein's book. Hate to say that as well, but just
no. You know what? Why hate to say that? Because in the
I don't want to give you too much credit here.
Well, no. I mean, it's fine. We got the hardware. We don't need your credit.
Exactly.
No, too soon.
Yeah.
What I will say is, you got to get rid of Sale. First off, that whole bit with the locker room cancer cutting up the throwback jerseys. I mean, if that isn't an aging prima donna piece of shit. And I wanted Sale. I wanted Sale so bad I would have given you the farm for Sale. Because if we would have had Arrieta, Sale, Lester, Lackey, dude, we would have won. You know what I mean? Like, assuming that we didn't know that we were going to win the World Series, like, we would have won the World Series with that pitching staff. And Sale, you get rid of Sale, and I hate to say it, man, but even Todd Frazier.
Oh, yeah.
His value right now is
high.
never going to be higher than it is.
Exactly. Yeah, I see. Just those are the two pieces that we definitely got to go.
Melky Cabrera's a baller.
He can. He's not too expensive. You know, we got to not spend a lot of money. Produce some. We can't have guys on the field that are just average. We got to give get some young guys. Give Tim Anderson a chance. Get some young prospects. Get them in the field.
The black dude, right?
Shortstop. Yeah.
Shortstop. I liked him. I like Tim Anderson. You actually were the one that turned me on to him when we were watching. I was like, you're like, watch this kid. He's a stud. You can tell he can ball. He's kind of like your Javier Baez.
Yeah, definitely. He got a lot of potential. You know, he batted leadoff 1 and 2 with him and Eaton. Was actually a pretty good look this season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Abreu took a step back, which I'm a little concerned about, but.
Well, now that's your guy. Now, but you guys have are your pitching staff. What's going on there?
So we're great 1-2, and then the question mark started.
Your
at
bullpen
3.
is just awful.
They're terrible. They started off in the beginning of the season like probably the best in the league, if not top 3, and just slowly unraveled throughout the season.
Really?
Yeah, it was ugly.
That's tough, man. That's tough. I just remember, I mean, even during the Crosstown Classic, what did that end up being? Was it 4-2? 4 Cubs, 2 Sox?
Actually 3-3, I believe. I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I think. You know what? It was only 4 games this year.
It was 4 games, so it might have been 2-2.
2-2. I think we won the both on the south side, whatever you want to call that place now.
Yeah. Oh man, how do you feel about that? What guaranteed rate, and isn't the arrow pointing down?
That's the one thing. Guaranteed rate. Okay, you can get over it. There's Little Caesars, there's the Red Wings, and what is the KFC Yum Center for the college basketball in Louisville. Guaranteed rate. It sounds terrible, but you put a giant red arrow
pointing down
right off to Dan Ryan, you see a giant. It's just pathetic.
It's awful, man. I will
really
say this, and I don't know if this gains any respect from me, but it's Comiskey.
Yeah, it's Comiskey.
I don't give a shit what anyone says. Even the cell was fine, right? Like you say the cell, and it's like, okay, that has an okay ring to it, right? Mm-hmm. But no, it's Comiskey, man. You go to Comiskey. You go to the game, and I would love to tailgate. I don't even know what tailgating at a baseball game is. That's a thing.
Yeah, it's just like the Bears game. It's not as big, obviously, but you can get out there, park $15, $10, whatever it is.
Cook some sausages, hang out with some friends.
Yeah, it's a great time out there.
Nice. So have you done that? Because I haven't.
I have.
Let's go to a Crosstown Classic game out in Guaranteed Down Rate Park. Too soon. I'm in. Too soon.
No.
Oh, that's funny. So what do you guys think you're going to do this offseason?
I'd say we're going to get rid of Sale. Hopefully we can give him to the Dodgers. Maybe we get that a young pitcher that they have, Julio Urias.
Yeah.
He's about 19 years, maybe 20 years old now. He's supposed to be a stud.
I heard Jose Fernandez is available.
Oh, no.
Too soon?
That's too soon?
Oh.
That's a little too soon.
Yeah, no. I hate... On that note, too, I hate how, they come out, they found cocaine and alcohol in his system. Of course he did. He's out on a boat with a bunch of hot-ass chicks and, he's got a fiance at home with a pregnant wife. He was blowing off some steam. Granted, it's a piece of shit thing to do, but he paid with his life. It's you don't need to air that out and fuck up his legacy. He was a... because now somebody's going to make a jackass assumption that he was a cokehead and... I don't know. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I think sometimes it's the best thing. You need to see the dead body. He's dead. Let it be.
Yeah, that's it.
I also have your batting leaders here, which I find incredible. Do you know that Todd Frazier had one more home run than Chris Bryant?
That's because, as Hawk Harrelson says, he's much better third baseman than
He's
Chris
a way better third baseman. Oh, dude, first, we're going to come back to that. You got Melky leading on batting average at 296, so you didn't have a plus 300 hitter this year, unfortunately. Whatever. And you said you were worried about Jose Abreu, but he still led the team in RBIs with 100. Mm-hmm. On base percentage was your boy Adam Eaton at 362. And then hits, Jose Abreu, $183. So, I mean, even if it's an off year for him, he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, he's still a solid middle of the lineup guy, but
I'm sorry. We got to go back to that Hawk Harrelson comment.
Boy.
As a Sox fan, do you just take everything he says with a grain of salt?
each year it gets a little more ridiculous. The things that he has new catchphrases every year. It's funny. I like it. I grew up watching him. He gets a little out of control sometimes, but some of the things he's a homer times 1,000. You haven't seen a bigger homer than Hawk Harrelson. If you're in Florida or wherever you might be, if you haven't heard Hawk Harrelson call a game, please try to catch one. It is almost comical.
But he does a lot of pauses, though, man. Like, it drives me nuts.
Lots
like,
of dead air.
as a Cubs, you can't have dead air.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. Let's just, all right, for all you audio listeners and that aren't on, let's just do, I'm gonna count it down. We're gonna do 5 seconds right now. Get foul. 5 seconds of dead air, guys. He does that on average. It's awful. Awful. Okay, so now I got your pitching. I got all the pitching right here, okay? So wins, Sale with 17. ERA was Jose Quintana, 3.2, which isn't good.
It is good in the American League. I think you guys are spoiled.
Dude. Oh, by the way, as a National Leaguer that just played the American League, if we had a DH, we would never lose a World Series. Are you kidding me? The DH makes things so easy.
For both teams, though.
Dude, it's fine.
You
Whatever. We got Kyle Schwarber.
You say that when you got a hobbled outfielder. You can't call him an outfielder anymore. You
Dude.
say that he's gonna be, if you guys trade him, he's gonna be the best DH.
Dude, having a DH, man, is awesome. Okay, so strikeouts, Sale with 233. Saves would be your boy David Robertson. Do you like him?
No, he's a little shaky. He was great on the Yankees when we got him, and he wasn't quite as advertised.
Yankees are just dumping off pitchers.
Yeah,
Like, here,
they're getting rid of him.
Chapman, and then Chapman's like, I want $100 million.
$200 million.
200 million. I just did a Russian accent. He's from Cuba. And then your holds is your boy Nate Jones, the righty, with 28.
Yeah, he was a good
You like
setup,
Nate?
man. Yeah.
This pitching staff leaves left to be desired. I will admit.
Very much so.
Did you hear who the NL MVP was?
I did.
Who was it?
A fellow by the name of Chris Bryant.
No. We said this via text message. If you're going to refer to him, you're going to refer to him as
World Series champion.
2016 former Rookie of the Year, former college MVP, former minor MVP, MVP, World Series champion, third baseman, all-star Chris Bryant, I think was what we said. So it's so weird you don't like Cubs fans. I
can't figure it out.
I can't figure out what's going on here.
I can't pinpoint it.
Unreal. So, man, that's crazy. Now you said you like the Mets. Can you explain the whole Mets? Why? Okay, obviously. Okay, let me ask you this: Sox or Mets?
White Sox.
Okay,
Definitely.
Percentage spectrum. How much White Sox? How much Mets?
90-10.
90-10.
Yeah.
And then anybody playing the Cubs?
Well, it's 90-10 and then 60.
Okay.
A little side 60 over there.
Side 60.
160% total. That's how much of a baseball.
Explain to our listeners, because I find it personally fascinating, people that like two teams. Because I lean towards some teams, but I never say it. Like, for some reason, I've always liked the New Jersey Devils. I don't know why. I think it had something to do with Martin Brodeur.
Seinfeld episode, maybe?
No, I love black and red. I think that's a beautiful combination. So, no, but anyway, let's get back to you. The Mets. How did that start?
I just spent a lot of time in New York and going to a lot of games. There's either Mets or Yankees out there. Gay clubs out there,
Sure.
real close to Shea Stadium or Citi Field.
Tight.
So that's why I was real turned on to the Mets right off the bat. But no, I spent a lot of time there. It's either Mets or Yankees out there, and it's not a Yankees fan. It's Yankees are.
That's a fucking cult.
Yeah, it's
that is
different
a
way of
cult.
life. And
That is a cult.
Mets were the happy-go-lucky losers back then. So
you know what the thing is that the Mets have always been a really good ball club, but then they go up against the Patriots and the Yankees.
Exactly.
Like for instance, like imagine if the Cubs were just a dominant, however many World Series within 20 years team, and then the White Sox win in 05? Mm-hmm. It's like they would have been an afterthought.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like that's just how good the Yankees were, and without a salary cap, who doesn't want to hang out in Manhattan and date supermodels and hang out on 42nd and Broadway and have a great lush Fifth Avenue apartment? You know what I mean? And it's like you go over to like Brooklyn.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like hanging out in Bed-Stuy. Like, nothing against it, but it's pretty much a no-brainer, you know? And it's
Yeah,
like,
it's easy to
LeBron
say.
went to South Beach. What a traitor. Like, have you ever been to Cleveland? It fucking sucks. I mean, dude, they win the NBA championship down 3-1, and they barely have 1 million people show up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, come on, you know? But okay, so that Mets fan, so no family members, nothing. You just
Yeah, a couple Yankee fan from in the family. A couple of them.
who was
my,
Yankee?
my aunts and uncles out there in New York. So
Okay.
yeah.
And you're like a traditional South Sider, like you hang out with your family a lot, so you probably got a lot of your balls busted. You're like,
Oh.
fuck this, I'm going Mets.
Yeah, exactly. So
When you saw the Mets just completely sweep the Cubs in the postseason, were you like, good?
couldn't be too loud about it. A lot of Cub fans around here.
Yeah.
Obviously, I
Yeah.
couldn't rub it in their face.
But
'cause
then the
they were-
following year they did something pretty cool. Not the Mets, I think the Cubs. What was it? What was it that they did? They came down from a 3-1 deficit in the World Series to become 10th inning World Series champions.
Yeah, something like that.
Something
along
like
those
that.
lines.
Never live it down. It'll never get old to me. So, guys, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode today. We have a different SIM card, and, you know, it's just I want to get back to drinking my whiskey and watching some college football. But we usually do a little bit of fantasy football talk, which Sean has been so kind as to come in. I got a couple emails here. We got some questions that I want to do. So this is going to be men in scoring positions fantasy football talk. It's going to be quick. We're going to do a little bit of trivia, some Q&A, and then we're out. So I got one email here from a good friend of mine who picked up Tyler Montgomery during that whole Packers backfield fiasco.
Mhm.
And what they were asking me, which I'm going to let Sean answer on this one, is what they were asking me was, obviously they want to sit, but do they drop him and pick someone else up, or do they hang on to that guy?
He might be worth hanging on to just in case you need him in a couple weeks. There, it's still a lot of question marks in their backfield, but he has eligibility as a wide receiver, which is nice, and he's essentially a running back. But
You got James Starks coming
yes,
back.
he's coming back.
But he's still, even James Starks is a number 2 option if Lacey's healthy.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like, where do you go with that? So what do you tell who do we got here? What do you tell Laura out of Manuka? What do we tell her?
I say hold on to him if you got a roster spot. If you really need to pick up another wide receiver, grab him. But he's worth stashing away for the later weeks. You never know.
Okay. I will respectfully disagree, just due to the fact that I think that if you have a great starting lineup, great. But for those teams, I don't know what your team is looking like. Your email was a little bit more vague. It didn't give me a lot of information, but what I will say is that if you have the option to pick up a hot waiver wire pickup and not just a week 1 breakout star, but somebody that's going to consistently get you 10 to 15 points, pick that person up depending on the depth of your league. And obviously we're talking PPR. We're not talking head-to-head. Okay. Number 2. Now, this one is an extremely vague question, but what I will say is I think it's interesting. We've touched base on this, too. We have another Des Bryant question, which I seem to get every single week.
Oh no,
Sit or start?
you gotta sit him. You gotta sit him.
Why is that? I'm curious.
He's not the same receiver. He is the same receiver. He's got a different guy throwing on the ball. Tony Romo is a gunslinger, gets it down the field. Dak is very, very cautious. Doesn't
Move the
turn the ball
chains.
over. Short little passes to Cole Beasley, and it's not really doing well for Dak. I'm sorry for Dez.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I'm in total agreement with you. I'm actually would even go on a broader scale and say, if you are a name rider, stop it this season, because this season is insane. Okay, outside of AJ Green and Julio Jones, wide receivers are few and far between, and you need to cut it out.
God, Joey Gladstone.
I'm telling you, yeah, Full House reference. You like that?
I love it.
Thank you, brother. But seriously, man, I mean, there are like my second round draft pick. No, third, was it second or third? Between second to fourth round draft pick was Jarvis Landry, because catching ability, he's as good as Odell Beckham Jr. But he's got Ryan Tannehill throwing in the ball, and nothing's happening. Devontae Parker's not that good, so I put him as a number 3 option, and he is a number 1 receiver. You got guys like hanging on. I know my Jordy Nelson guys are freaking out right now. They're like, what do I do? He puts up 30 points. He puts up 3 points. Stop riding the name. Look at matchups. Look at defenses, and go with your gut. And sometimes 10 points, C's get degrees. You know what I mean? I'm telling you. So, last but not least, Jay Ajayi or LaShawn McCoy?
You got to ride the hot hand. I know he's tapered off since those 200-yard games with Jay Ajayi for sure.
I'm in agreement with you. I'm in agreement, but I'm also like, what the fuck? You have both of those guys.
Yeah,
Start them both.
Yeah, I don't know who else you're starting. You're in a better position than I am.
Dude, put them in flexes. You got both. You got studs right now. And even if LaShawn only puts up like 5 points, Ajayi is good for 20. That's 25 for 2. You split that down the middle. That's 13 points a player. You go home happy.
Yeah.
Eat a hot dog.
Poor,
You'll be
poor
fine.
guy.
Rough life. Give me some real brain busters. So guys, we're gonna end that segment very fast here. I want to get to my boy Sean over here. Sean, what we like to do is we like to do a Does He Know What He's Talking About segment, but we only do that when we have 3. Because there's the 2 of us, I'm going to rattle off some trivia questions for you.
Okay.
Okay? And basically what I want you to do is, and this goes for all you folks at home too, if you like us on any of our social media platforms, if you follow us, if you show Box Office at the world famous Laugh Factory in Chicago, you get complimentary tickets for you and anybody else that follows us on social media. Sean, I also want to let you know that you and any of your friends for coming on today get to come into Laugh Factory anytime you want. You're more than welcome. Bring your lovely girlfriend, Lisa, who is an amazing good sport right now, who's listening to all of our nonsense. So, guys, follow us, like us, show Box Office, call it in, say you follow men in scoring position, complimentary tickets to Laugh Factory. 2-drink minimum, can't do anything about that. Don't be a cheap piece of shit. That being said, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. 2 for 3. You either win 4 if you lose, 8 if you win.
All right, let's do
this.
it.
Is that okay for you? And that's a $200 value, sir.
All right, I'm ready to go.
Right. Let's see. I'm having a little bit of trouble pulling it up, so you're just going to have to bear with me right now. What's going on with this Michigan game, by the way?
I think they're up 20. They're winning 20-10, I believe.
Are they?
The scare is over.
The scare was real, dude. Jesus. All right, so I have to ask you a question. We're going to start off with some easy ones. It'll get a little bit tougher. Question number 1. One of the greatest hockey players of all time, let's just call him the greatest, Wayne Gretzky, played for what team in the 1980s?
Edmonton Oilers.
That is correct.
Woo.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, I got a tough one. This isn't a multiple choice. This is a you need to know this. How's your boxing?
Very below par.
Below par. All right, well then, let's do it anyway. Muhammad Ali retired from boxing in 1981. What was his career record?
Oh, jeez.
I'll give you a hint. It was in the 50s, and it was below the 10s for defeat.
Oh, I'm just going to say 53-5.
You got half of that right. It was 55-5. Way to go, dude. Jesus, that's impossible. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Babe Ruth began his baseball career for the Boston Red Sox in what year, playing what position?
I have no idea. This is going to be a complete guess. I'm going to say pitcher. No clue when he played.
Take a shot.
Frame, 1928.
Dude, pitcher was incredible. You've seen the Babe with John Goodman, so fuck you.
No, I haven't seen it.
And it was 1914.
Oh, geez.
You got 2 half points right now. It's not enough for you to win these tickets, so you gotta step your game up a little, brother.
All right, let's do this.
All right. Let's see. Ooh, these are all really tough.
Something in the last 20 years, please.
Okay. The first Super Bowl was played between which 2 teams in '67?
The Chiefs and the Packers.
Goddamn right it was. All right. My brother from another.
It's an unfortunate outcome, too.
Yeah, right. Oh, gosh. Let's go with something that, all right. Okay. Here's a good shot in the dark. In 1997, Tiger Woods became the youngest golfer at the time to win the Masters. How old was he?
97. I'm going to say, was he 20?
Answer's 20?
Yeah.
You were 1 year off, sir. He's 21.
Damn it,
21 was the answer. That's how old he was. That is okay. All right. Last question. In what year were women allowed to participate in modern Olympic Games?
This is a tough one too.
I'm giving you some tough brain.
The one thing I do know is it's going to be an even year.
It is an even year.
So I really limit it down here.
That's impressive, guys. That's every four. It's pretty impossible. If you get this, I'd be blown away. I will say that it ends in double zeros, if that helps out.
Okay. What?
1900.
Yeah.
1900.
I was going to say 2000.
Yeah.
1900 is my final answer.
Is it? Is that? And dun, dun, dun. Yeah, all these are. I'm not gonna lie. This was a very tough trivia round. I'm trying to think. Of like what are easy ones. Oh, here we go. You know what? This is off the top. Let's see if you know this. I believe there are. Hold on. Okay, there we go. There are 9 teams in 4 American sports that do not end in the letter S. Can you name all 9 of those teams?
I'm going to start off by saying no. I cannot name all those 9 teams, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Let's go. Let's go down the list. What do you got?
All right. Well, right off the bat.
This is for all you folks at home, too. So there are 9 teams in 4 American sports that do not end in S. What are those 9 teams?
I know 4 of them right off the bat.
Hit me with the 4.
The 2 easy ones, White Sox and Red Sox, because I didn't have the White Sox in my head.
There we go.
So I know the Miami Heat, which we also talked about.
Miami Heat.
The Colorado Avalanche.
Colorado Avalanche, that's 4.
And I'm drawing a blank.
Come on, keep thinking. 98 championship Bulls.
The Utah Jazz.
Okay, that's 5.
This is very tough.
Russell Westbrook.
Okay, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
I got 5 down with no help at all,
okay,
as you can tell.
That was 6.
Oh, 6.
We got a couple other. We got 3 more, brother.
I'm trying to limit it down by sport now. I'm just going through city by city.
Okay, so we're going to do hockey.
All right, there's a hockey.
Two hockey teams
you know what?
you forgot.
There's the Minnesota Wild.
Yes.
And oh boy, I need a lifeline. Maybe the cat.
Anytime I get drunk, I pull down my pants and I get what?
Wild.
That's right.
All right,
Minnesota Wild.
True.
You got 1 left.
Did I not say the Wild?
No, you didn't. You said the Colorado Avalanche.
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
You got 1 left.
Okay. Can you give me the sport at least so we can limit it down?
They were formed in the 90s.
Rockies, Marlins. No. Is this a hockey one?
Basketball.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, this is an easy one. Great.
The audience is like
one of the best. One of the best duos of all time. Honestly, probably.
Oh, okay.
Who?
Orlando Magic.
Goddamn right, the Orlando Magic. Penny Hardaway.
Right there in Florida. Why didn't
I know, that's okay. So for all of you guys who are having a hard time paying attention, it is OKC, Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, Utah Jazz, Boston Red Sox, Chicago White Sox, Colorado Avalanche, Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Minnesota Wild.
I never said the Lightning.
Yeah, you did. Well, we can revert.
We're gonna have to go to replay on that.
All right, guys. If you have stuck through with us this whole time, I appreciate it. We have a quick Q&A, then I'll do some plugs, and we will get the hell out of Dodge. All right, my brother. For the listeners at home, it has been an absolute pleasure getting to know you. You are awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. But now we have to ask you some non-sports related bullshit, and it's fun for everyone to know. So let me ask you a couple questions if you don't mind answering. It's going to be rapid fire. I may ask you a quick why or something related to it, and we will quit when I see fit.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome. Favorite food?
Pizza.
Easy. Come on. That's boring.
Tacos?
Tacos. What, pizza or tacos?
You know what? After further review, I'm going to have to go with tacos.
Tacos. Any kind of tacos or late night?
Oh, I'd be embarrassed, but I have to say Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Don't be embarrassed. You're white. It's okay. Make America great again. Well, all right. So, taco. Favorite movie and why?
I'm going to say I love stupid comedies. Office Space.
Office Space.
Classic.
Why?
It's just hilarious. The stapler. Have you seen my stapler?
Okay. Favorite color?
Green. I'm Irish. It has to be.
Unreal. Favorite restaurant?
Could I use Taco Bell again?
Really?
I'm just joking. I'm going to say... Oh, boy. This is a tough one.
You do live in a city where, I mean, if you guys don't know where we're at right now, we're on Webster and Halstead in the beautiful Lincoln Park right next to Oz Park. So, I mean, he's got like Cafe Babariba.
You took the words out of my mouth. I'm going to have to go with Cafe Babariba.
Cafe
I was just about to say it. I didn't want to go with the
really?
hometown guy right down the street, but
Wow.
hey, that's a great place.
What
to
do you
go
think
and
all
try.
your Southside friends are going to say that you didn't pick Palermo's?
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Pizza's okay.
Fair enough. So we got food, movies. Okay. If you had to fuck, marry, kill Rosie O'Donnell, Roseanne Barr, or the actor from Precious, who would it be? And why? And you have to say why. And Lisa found that funny. I love that.
Fuck, crackle, kill pop, marry, snap.
Can you repeat the question?
Okay,
right off the bat, I know I would just kill Rosie O'Donnell.
Thank
that's
you!
That's just a given.
Oh, wait. Rosie, you kill Rosie? No, I would kill Roseanne. I couldn't fuck Roseanne. But we're going to go back to you.
I'd actually... All right, go ahead.
Okay. So you have to fuck one, you have to marry one, and you have to kill one.
Okay.
And it's Roseanne Barr, Rosie O'Donnell, or the chick from Precious, Gabrielle something.
Totally very Precious.
What's her name? What's her name?
100%
Mike?
I
agreed.
don't know her name, but she seems like a really cool girl.
Yeah, Gabrielle. Let's just say Gabrielle.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gabrielle.
So that leaves me with fucking Roseanne Barr. Okay, definitely Rosie O'Donnell.
Is gonna what?
Kill.
Kill her. She's done. Why are you gonna kill Rosie?
Oh, God.
She's a cunt.
Yeah. 3 minutes in one room with her.
Oh
my
my God, she's
That's it.
awful. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. And my producer is I'm not gonna say his political views, but this is just a non-biased statement. When Trump got elected, if I was Rosie O'Donnell, I would have pulled out my bill.
Oh, yeah. Ended it right there.
Oh my God. Okay, so Rosie's gone. What are we doing with the
I'd marry
Precious?
Roseanne Barr. Actually.
You're marrying Rosie? You can listen to that voice the rest of your life.
Dan did it. Dan, he did.
John
did
Goodman?
It. Yes, he did it for years.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Former husband.
What's that, Mike?
Who's her former husband again?
She was married?
Yeah. Oh. Best Damn Sports Show. Tom Arnold?
Oh,
Tom
yeah.
Arnold. Tom
That's
Arnold
right.
married Roseanne Barr?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
If Tom Arnold did it, I'd do it.
Fuck. How much cocaine through the 80s did he have to be on to last through that marriage? Holy God. And then we're marrying Precious. Why is that? Because she seems like a cool chick. It has nothing to do with her culinary skills.
Yeah. Oh, nothing to do with their culinary skills at all.
Fair enough. God, we are awful people. And we're through the Laugh Factory Network, and I literally just took down like one of the greatest stand-up comedians of a generation in Roseanne. But you know what? Shit happens. All right, let's get back on track. Favorite sport?
I'm gonna say football.
Why?
NFL. Football Sunday is the best. It's like an
religion.
event. Yeah,
it's religion.
religious.
Who
Super Bowl
goes to
Sunday.
church? You don't go to church. Church is your living room with a beer,
Yeah, exactly.
some chips and nachos. All right. Favorite celebrity crush?
Say Rachel McAdams.
Rachel from The Notebook.
I didn't watch that movie.
Don't
but,
lie, dude. You love Modern Family.
I love Modern Family. I don't love Modern Family. There's something wrong with you.
Oh my God.
But not Rachel McAdams for sure. Everyone, Mila Kunis
What
is
is-
a close
oh,
second.
Mila's
She's the most popular.
Mila's
I'd
my
say.
boo. Why Rachel McAdams? Is it the girl next door look?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You seen Wedding Crashers?
Yeah. But she looks
Everyone
better in
loved her in that
blonde
movie.
hair though, right?
Either way,
Yeah, she's fine either. She's regardless, right?
exactly.
Okay. If you could live anybody's life, past, present, or future.
Tom Brady. I'm sorry.
Tom Brady.
I'll let you finish the question.
No, Tom Brady. Tom Brady. Would that be it?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a no-brainer. That's definitely a no-brainer. It is everything. Second close to be Derek Jeter, but I don't like him at all.
Okay. All right. If you could have a drink with one, you could have a night out with one, and if you could pick one's brain. I want a drink, I want a night out, and a pick brain.
Okay. And a night out thing.
Night
is,
out, like fucking get nuts.
Okay. Well, now. Just anyone.
Like
You're not gonna give me choices.
so you're having a cocktail hour. You have an old fashioned with somebody, then you have a night out with somebody, and then you're like, oh my God, I want to ask you so many questions. Somebody.
Okay, I get to pick anyone in the world, or is this
No.
sports related?
These are three. No, this is just Q&A. Get to know Sean Ryan.
Oh, okay. I thought you were giving me options like Roseanne.
No.
Now,
So Roseanne didn't play any sports, to the best of my knowledge.
Now, can I pick Roseanne for one of these?
No, let's not. Let's not. Roseanne's done.
Okay. So no Roseanne. I want to pick Bill Belichick's brain because that guy's a genius.
Okay.
I'm going to stay football related because I want to have a drink with Tom Brady, and we're going to keep this completely football themed. And you know what? I might throw you a curveball here.
Oh, I like that sports metaphor you just did.
Uh-huh.
Throw me a curveball.
Yeah.
Throw me a curveball. You guys catch that?
Yes.
He's pretty bright. It's pretty bright.
I think I would like to have a night out with Johnny Manziel. That would be fucking crazy. So.
Dude, you can listen to that much EDM in one night?
I'd train myself. It'd be worth it.
I think mine would be, as if anyone cares, I think my cocktail would be with Blake Shelton. I think my night out would be with Chris Farley. And I think if I could pick anybody's brain, it'd be Frank Sinatra.
Oh, see, I was sticking to sports team. Now I feel like
I told you preemptively that it doesn't have to be, but I will give you a redo.
I don't follow directions very well.
That's okay.
I'll skip on the redo.
That's
It's
okay.
okay.
It's all right. Get in the kitchen, make me no tuna casserole. Or you're gonna get the backhand.
Not
all right,
again.
three ones. Cocktail, night out, pick brain. And I picked Sinatra instead of like Ernest Hemingway or like Confucius. I'm like, yeah, Sinatra. He was the alpha. He's the man. Yeah, actually, fun fact about the Laugh Factory. Tom Dreesen, the opening act for Sinatra for 30 plus years, is actually the owner. One of the owners. Him and Jamie Masada own our Laugh Factory. He's a really, really nice guy too. He's technically my boss. So I'm kind of like best friends with Sinatra now. I don't know. Yeah, it's
indirectly,
weird.
I see.
Indirectly, like I like touched Sinatra. Okay, but let's get back to you. So cocktail, you know the rules.
Yeah.
Cocktail, night out, pick brain.
Definitely cocktail. Actually, I need some more thought on this one, but
Well, let's go with an easy one. If you had to party with somebody, like Vince Vaughn, you got to think.
You know what? I would love to party with Vince Vaughn. You know, it'd be really fun. I know he's getting up there in age a little bit. Will Ferrell would be awesome to party with.
Party
everywhere he goes.
Like assuming that we can get him to like partake.
Yeah, he wouldn't be going to Home Depot. Or,
Yeah.
None
of the wife stuff. Like the wife is at home.
Yeah, if I could party with him and Snoop Dogg, that's it. It's just between a night out. Yeah.
When's the last time you smoked weed?
I don't know. I can get back on the train though.
Dude, I'm telling you. Dude, you see this animal? He goes, yeah, I'd like to party with Will Ferrell and Snoop Dogg. I'm like, when's the last time you smoked weed? He's like, I don't know, but I get back on the train for that night.
Yes.
Oh, you're an animal. You're a madman. Crazy. All right. So if you had to drive with Dale Earnhardt or have sex with Pamela Anderson unprotected, what would you do?
Oh boy. I hang out. I'd go with Dale Earnhardt. You know, you can wear a helmet and a seatbelt, and you have a shot. You know, you still have a shot. Still have a shot in life. Pamela Anderson, you're just yikes.
Oh my God!
You got a 48 hours guaranteed after that.
Oh, you are
I'm
crazy.
joking. I'm sure she's a great girl.
Oh man. Hey Mike, I'm picking up a lot, brother. No, you're good. So we're gonna wrap it up here pretty quick. I got 3 more questions for you if you don't mind.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
All right. So if you had to visit any place in the world, where would it be? And why? Possible honeymoon destinations.
I'd say Norway, Sweden.
What the fuck?
Somewhere to see the Northern Lights.
I'm sorry, but what?
Yeah, I want to see like the Northern Lights. I've done
that was a tropical bias.
No, I'm done with that. I've done that plenty of times. I've been at beaches
Fair
and
enough,
all
fair
that.
enough.
I'd like to see something different.
You got a lot of beaches
Yeah,
under your belt?
I got lots of beaches on my
Got a lot of
belt,
beaches under your belt?
Yes, and plus I burn too easily as an Irish guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, dude. This guy was out in the freezing cold, and he comes back a couple hours later, and me and his girlfriend go, Jesus Christ, you're red. And he was like, yeah, I don't know. It was at the Northwestern game.
Yeah, the sun peaked out for 8 minutes.
Yeah, what are you going to do? All right, so that's fine. All right, so you're going to go to Norway, and why is that?
Sweden or Norway, just like skiing, and you can see the Northern Lights at certain times of the year. It's really nice. I see pictures, and I get jealous. So.
And then watch some chocolat and have a glass of wine?
Absolutely.
Fair enough. Okay. If you had to pick... This is going to be awful, but you have to answer.
Damn it.
If you had to pick one country to not be around anymore, what would it be and why?
Oh, boy.
I'm kidding. We want to keep listeners, you racist piece of
North
shit.
Korea.
North Korea. Oh, that's funny. All right. Let's see. I got two more. If you had to pick between the Cubs winning another World Series or Michigan always beating Notre Dame the rest of your life, what would you pick?
Oh boy, why do you got to put me in a spot?
Sorry, brother.
I say the Cubs winning one more World Series. It would be watered down. It wouldn't be as crazy as this year. And plus, I can't deal with you talking shit about Notre Dame every single year. So I would say, yeah, just get one of these World Series out of the way.
Like, do you want to catch the Notre
anyway.
Dame game? Like, nah, man, I already know the outcome.
Yeah, I already know what's going to happen.
I'm good. All right, fair enough. All right, spirit animal. Like, what is Sean Ryan's personality best relates to what animal and why? Unicorn? That's not. No, we don't do majestic animals on this podcast. We do real animals. If it's not edible, we don't do it. I can't eat a unicorn.
I was looking at my cat's direction for advice, and I got the nod. I got the nod, and I'd say
for those of you who can't see, the cat's no longer there.
Yeah, it's the cat's
All right.
gone.
So what's your spirit animal?
I would say an eagle.
An eagle. Why is that?
I don't know. Just majestic.
I think you're
pretty badass.
I think you're an anteater because you got a phenomenal tongue.
Oh God.
Too much. All right, Sean, buddy, you are amazing. I love that you came on. This was awesome, guys. If you're just tuning in, you stuck with us this whole time. Thank you so much. We love all the support, all that you give us. You guys are amazing. We are the Men in Scoring Position podcast. This has been Sean Ryan, our beautiful. I'm going to give it up to Mike. Let's give it up to Sean, huh?
Thank you.
Yeah, there we go. Sean, you've killed it.
Thank you.
Lisa, everybody, thank you for Laugh Factor for tuning in. We are Men in Scoring Position podcast. You can find us on Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes, all self-titled Men in Scoring Position. You can find us on Twitter and Snapchat, Men in Scoring POS. Email us all your thoughts, comments, general overall points of view to meninscoringpod@gmail.com. Any Does He Know What He's Talking About segments, trivia questions, trivia answers, and or fantasy football advice. And also, guys, this is going to be available on YouTube, so be sure to look up and subscribe to Men in Scoring Position podcast on YouTube. Remember, if you like us on any of those social media platforms that I just spewed out, you get complimentary tickets. Also, buddy, you get 8 complimentary tickets to the world famous Laugh Factory at $200 value for coming on today. So bring a friend, bring a couple friends, and thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. We love you. All right.